Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the 31st review of series number 2, Long Cut Wintergreen. So we will be taking a look at this. This is the revamped Husky Long Cut Wintergreen. But I am going to have to do some preface here and background about the reasonings behind this review. First of all, this playlist, which has not, this is the first entry for quite a while now. This playlist and another review from it will pop up in the last 20 seconds of this video on screen. So, I am not doing this because it got a metal lid. The last review of this on this playlist, or anywhere for that matter, is with this with the plastic lid. People were asking me about this in comment sections, and they didn't seem to know each other, but they were asking me if I was going to do, and I thought they were working off my own terminology, the revamped long cut wintergreen, because I had just done the long cut straight, long cut mint, and the wintergreen pouches. And I was of the idea that I was not going to do this. I was not going to do it just because it had a metal lid. The long cut straight and the long cut mint had been out of production for the better part of a decade. All right, that's why they were done. The wintergreen pouches was a new product. Husky had never had a pouched product. That's why that was done. This, though, basically, as far as I could tell, only had a new metal lid. But then I started looking at the comments. I'm like, these people don't seem to know each other. They're not trying to work an angle here. Why are they saying, are they just talking about the lid? So I looked into it and I went to the Husky website, which is about as bare bones as I remembered it, and came to find out that this product evidently has changed inside the can besides the metal lid. They are putting forth on the website that it has a new and improved cut. So I was out of the Philadelphia metropolitan area last month, and I saw a can of it, and I got it. And we will find out. I have looked over the old video to get an idea of what the cut was like, so I'd have an idea. It was from like 5 years ago, so. The second part of this is that I bought this last month. I believe it was the 2nd of August. Twofold on this part of the story. This can is dated for the 28th of August. I bought it on the 2nd, though, well before date, and it has been in my tobacco refrigerator, which is a mini fridge that I use that is set with the lowest temperatures somewhere in the high 30s since then. Technically speaking, it is out of date, but I'm not even quite sure if you'd be able to tell, because it looks like somebody put the can on the floor, stepped on it, and fell, something. It's all scratched up on the back. The rest of the can is mint, even the banding, but the back, I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to see the date, to tell you the truth. So, with all of that said, and almost 4 minutes into this, we're going to take this over the desk. We're going to take a closer look at the packaging and then the product inside. At that point, I will be able to visually tell you if I think the cut has been changed. We will then take it back up top to see what I think. Back in a moment. Okay, and here we are. So it is what you're now familiar with Husky layout for the can. It's got a raised boxed rim in the U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company fashion. The letters of the word Husky are raised, and as is usual with U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company products, there is a very slight raise on the border between the upper and the warning label. Going around to the side, you have the cut, flavor, and the large branding. The fact that it is a net weight 1.2 ounce can for those overseas, that's 34.02 grams. Barcode, little bit off on the banding, not a deal breaker. And then you have what is now standard with them, the long gated scrunched warning label with the manufacturer's information. As I said, it is U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company, headquartered out of Nashville, Tennessee. The website is huskydip.com. If you look at it on a phone, it probably may look somewhat normal. Unfortunately, if you look at it on a computer, it looks like something that's been fitted for a phone, which makes it sort of look ridiculous. Anyway, we're going to go move around here to the general information that a U.S. smokeless tobacco company wants you to know, that this is 100% American tobacco. It is in fact smokeless tobacco. It is tax class M, as is all dipping tobacco. Sale only allowed in the United States and underage sale prohibited. And we're back to the large branding. And then we go to the back and you get this, which I'm going to try to get in light. You can... Well, yeah, it's not. It's August 28th. I'm all but sure. But like I don't even know. Like, this is one of the worst ones I've ever seen. Like, there's a chunk by this F right here. I don't know if you can see that. Like what the hell happened to this thing is beyond me. But anyway. So with that, we will open it up. We will open it up. We will watch as I try to open it up. Wow, that's way down there. That seems like it's half the can down. These don't really... It's not like a Copenhagen papery rip sound on it. I'm not really hearing much of anything on this, to tell you the truth. And I'm going to be honest, that sort of looks like the old cut, sort of. There's a shot, and it's probably the video that I will link at the end here. There is a shot of the lid, and this is sort of looking like that, to tell you the truth, but we'll put it down here. It's coming off a little bit browner in person. There are some inconsistencies which you would expect. Keep in mind, this is a budget product. All right, first off, it's pinching okay. Now I'm using the tweezers here just to keep my hand out of the way. Let's get a little bit out, and we'll put that down. It seems a little like it's got thicker bits, maybe. Like, there's a lot of thicker bits here, to the point that I'm starting to wonder if those are just inconsistencies or if that's planned. There's a lot of them. Let's see the moisture. Moisture level's okay. This is sort of what I was expecting. What I would be interested in doing at some point would be to put this up against the Red Seal Wintergreen and see if we're dealing with something along the same lines. That said, I have no Husky in my area. I am not willing to ship it in. And the next time I am going to be in that area that I got this one from will be quite a while, which it's about an hour and 15 minutes away, which is why normally if I ran into a problem with something going a little bit out of date, I would just get a new one. But that wasn't an... I'm not driving an hour and 15 minutes and blowing whatever gas that takes for a can of Husky. I'm sorry. Hold it against me if you would like. Anyway, with that, we will take it back up top, and I will let you know what I think. Okay, so we are back up top here. I was having a conversation on the live with council members earlier, and somebody was asking about a reserved, flavor-wise, wintergreen. They don't like a overkill wintergreen. And I told them they very well may want to watch this review when I early release it to them. So you have a wintergreen that's pretty prominent in scent, but that is not suggesting anything sweet at all. Now, I, in the end, was not overly taken with the pouch product. And I ended up actually cutting them open and using it as fine cut, and the flavor was still sort of neutral. we will see about this. Technically speaking, it's not going to have a faster flavor release because it's long cut. Okay, so it's sort of what I expected. I'm trying to wipe my hand off here, sorry. It is actually a little bit stronger in flavor than the pouched product, even when the pouched product was cut open and I used it as fine cut. There's more flavor than that, which, to tell you the truth, I'm a little surprised by because I was expecting. That said, there is some mouthfeel, but I would not call it the wintergreen burn that people are looking for. The cut would seem slightly different, but it's not that it's longer cut. It's like they put thicker bits or wider bits. And it's sort of the same idea of the Grizzly wide wintergreen. It holds together fine. The wintergreen's there. There's a mouth sensation, but there's no burn. It's spitting sort of light to clear brown, if that was a thing, would be how it's spitting. Seems that the nicotine seems okay. The wintergreen is there, but it is subdued, and that's what the council member was asking about. Was there any... They liked wintergreen, but they didn't like a lot of it. And they were wondering if there were products where the wintergreen was sort of like the flavor, not the nicotine, was sort of, reined in a little bit. This is it. This is the product. You're not going to get some crazy burn. The flavor's not going to bowl you over by any means. Is it there? It is. And, this is meant to be a budget product. And if you can get it at a budget product price, then you may very well want to check it out. Now, some people are like, oh, well, why would you want less wintergreen and wintergreen? Well, some wintergreen dips sort of, I'm not a wintergreen guy, so I may be speaking from some bias, although I have been using wintergreen a lot recently. Some that are not sweet, that are overboard on the wintergreen, come off to me as sort of overboard. It's just like, wow, this is like a little bit too much. This, I ended up in the end not thinking highly of the pouched. And in pouch form, I was reserving, I wasn't going to go there with judgment. But when I cut it open, because pouch products are fine cut inside, and I get the fine cut and it was still sort of like, then I was like, oh man, what went wrong here? This, not the same response from me. Moisture level seems fine. It's what I expected. Product seems flavoring, moisture levels in line with Red Seal, which is why I would like to put one of these Husky products up against the Red Seal variant, probably the wintergreen. So that will most likely be a future face-off when I'm able to source this product again out in Oxford. All in all, not something I would go out of my way for, of my own accord, for my own personal use. That said, in retrospect, higher marks than the pouched product. It's just very reserved in the amount of flavor. I mean, it's wintergreen. There's no mistaking it. You're not going to be like, what is this? It's wintergreen. It's obvious. But the flavor is, the amount of flavor is reserved. Nicotine seems good to me. It seems where it should be. The cut, now I actually, because I wasn't thinking back that with a finger. It didn't need to be backed with a finger. I was just sort of lost in thought where I was going with this. The cut seems all right. It seems like they have changed something, although minimal. It's not going to be glaring. All in all, it's a product that, you know, if you're a wintergreen guy and that's what you do and you're looking for something a little bit scaled down, subdued, you may want to check this out. Or if you know, dip something that's in your state due to your state's taxes running at $6-7 a can and you can find this for $3, again, you may want to check it out. There's nothing wrong with the product. It's a U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company product. All right, it's got a clear, well, not on this one, but normally they have clear sell-by dates, so that's not an issue. Packaging is quality. You know, there's nothing to complain about with this. Am I going to get excited about this? Personally, from a personal aspect, no. But that's me. I'm not a daily wintergreen guy, so, you know, that's what I have to offer thought-wise on that. Is there anything wrong with it? No, absolutely not. Quality's there, packaging and product inside. Cut's slightly improved. Nicotine's definitely there in the amount that I would expect. Moisture is actually a little more present than I thought it would be, so that's good by me. Wintergreen it's a subdued flavor with not a lot of mouthfeel. That's about it. Anyway, this has been my review of Husky Wintergreen. There we go. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. If you would like to make a small donation for more content like this, that is tobacco, there is a PayPal link in the description. I thank you for your consideration. I do hope you all are well. As always, do take care of yourselves, and God bless.